Hello, sales superstar Steve Talbot here. Here's something you'll probably find interesting. There was a study done back in 1992 where Dr. Giacomo Rizzolatti in Parma, Italy, had a group of monkeys that he was testing to map out parts of the brain so that they could determine which portions of the cerebral cortex would light up or activate during certain activities. So they were using these somatosensory devices, things that would read the electrical circuitry of the brain. And they found that there were certain areas of the brain within what they call the motor cortex, the muscle or movement function part of the brain, that would predictably light up during certain activities. So one of the monkeys, if it were to grab a nut or if it were to scratch itself, there would be a specific part of the brain for each of those activities. Well, something remarkable happened during this experiment, where it was discovered accidentally that while one monkey was participating in an activity that caused a particular part of its brain to illuminate or to become activated, another monkey that was not performing those activities would start to have the exact same areas of the brain become active just by watching the first monkey. So, in other words, it turned out that there were parts of the brain that would resonate with the brains of other monkeys, and that in fact there are parts of our brains and the brains of any individual or being that reflect what's going on by virtue of what that individual is seeing as opposed to just what that individual is doing. So, in other words, there are parts of the brain that illuminate whether we see an action or we perform the action. What's the point? What's the difference? What's the significance of that? Well, you see, here's the thing. Dr. Rizzolatti discovered that this was a predictable phenomenon, and he was able to find the area of the brain where these things happen, and he called these nerve cells that would illuminate when these activities were observed as well as done as mirror neurons. Neurons or nerve cells that would mirror the activity of somebody else. Again, what does that have to do with sales? Well, you see, we all have mirror neurons. And that's why when I smile, you smile. When I yawn, you yawn. And when I buy, you buy. You see, there's a particular set of behaviors or emotional properties that take place when I get into a buying mood or a receptive mood to buy. And because you have mirror neurons, if I get myself into that state of consciousness, you automatically go into that state of consciousness as well. So the significance of this is that if you could become aware of your own properties, your own the forces that are acting on you, you could actually create a mirror effect in your clientele. So one of the things we're going to teach you how to do is how to stimulate the specific parts of your mind, of your neurology, that put you into a buying or receptive mode. It's going to make your clients feel that much more enticed by the possibility of buying themselves. This again is the mirror neuron phenomenon, a very important part of the process of buying.